is like a melody.
Time to broaden our horizons again.
What shall we do?
What is this place? Is this really the way we meet? Wow. Who would have thought there'd be a place like this hidden? The sages wanted to realize their god creation plan without being discovered. That's true. Judging from the structure here, the project is huge, but this place doesn't look like it could have been constructed by the academia. The Fatui under the doctor sure didn't hold back. They provided a lot of technological support. Yeah, or else they wouldn't. Is that it, though? I've always felt that this doctor is different. Instead of being interested in the end product, the Fatui Harbinger. So, this Fatui that they're trying to turn into a god is called the Balladeer? We had previously come into contact with his consciousness. One is the desire for a gnosis, since he was created to be the vessel for one. The other obsession is probably... Paimon knows that he was a prototype puppet for the Raiden Shogun before he became a Fatui Harbinger. That's why he wants a gnosis so badly. There's no way he'd willingly be a test subject. Now with that temper and ego of his... It sounds like you know the Balladeer quite well. I see. The more we know now, the better we... Alright, time to go.
Time to work.
Let's figure Transfiguration!
Work time! No excuse for slacking! My work.
Stay right. I guess this is it.
Looks like we can climb up these pipes. the agenda?
The pattern on the ground seems all messed up. Let's go around and see if there's a way to fix it. It seems to have stopped. Let's continue.
Take your truth! Next on the agenda?
Let's begin. I guess this is it.
My will embody.
Get frostbite. Frozen.
No touching!
Wind strike! Fallen leaves! Adorn my...
Cryo incarnate! All hail!
You can't run from death.
The cart is stuck. Maybe there's something wrong with the tracks. Let's try adjusting the direction of the device to clear the tracks.
Transfiguration! Born of ice and frost. Take your truth!
World's troubles.
No touching!
Stay right there. Well met.
You're way behind
Calculator's
schedule.
gonna get careless.
Born of ice and frost.
flow.
My will embodied. Wind strike. As one with wind and cloud.
Order guide you.
Looking at its operational status, we must prepare for the worst. The god they wanted to create is
Oh no! What should we do? Paimon
Are you nervous, Paimon?
If you really want to know, of course Paimon's nervous!
Yes, I am. This is probably the first time I faced with a calamity of this degree since my birth. I feel not just nervous, but curious about our fate. To me, everything we perceive in this world, and if it's a form of knowledge, however, only fate. So to me, fate, that's also why I love observing humans and all the things that happen to them. It all and now, at long last, I'm not just an observer anymore. I will personally experience my own fate with you by my side.
Ah, so that's what you mean. Paimon thinks she understands what you're feeling.
Agreed. Okay, let's continue on. I can sense his aura from here.
Who would have thought the world would be so eager for my birth? I remember you, Booer, the god of wisdom, and standing beside you, the traveler.
Is he all-knowing and powerful now like Greater Lord Rukkhadevata?
No, I can't feel the same kind of divinity I felt from the Greater Lord. It seems that the sages didn't get the chance to infuse the divine knowledge capsules into him. But even still, he has undoubtedly become a true god now.
So we're too late? The Balladeer has already become a god?
The Balladeer, a long bygone title. When my spirit ascended to divinity, I felt as if I had existed for the same number of epochs as heaven and earth. Looking back, the existence of what once called itself Kunikazushi appears infinitely small and ugly.
This imposing aura.
A body that capitalized how much effort and resources did the sage from a purely technological perspective, it's a...
You sure are something. Dishing out compliments.
But I don't think he's reached the spiritual height of a god.
Strife is engraved upon every god and every gnosis brought forth into this world. Can you feel it? The exhilaration of such power and the thrill of anticipation for...
He wouldn't feel the same...
Do you not realize that you are interrupting a conversation between gods? Lowly creature...
the strife engraved upon a gnosis. You're talking about the Archon War. Tevat's current peace was not easily won. I didn't personally participate in the Archon War, but the way I see all those losses were meaningless, driven by the demands of the laws.
Is that so? Yet I am deeply disappointed that I was never allowed the fortuity to personally participate in the Archon War. This is a first. Encountering a god in this world who does not crave power. No wonder your own people have abandoned you, God of wisdom. Your judgment is as your existence, unsubstantial. This is where everything ends, Boer, the God of wisdom. You should know that wisdom cannot solve every problem. Like now, where your only option is to face me in combat. Come! Let us reenact a scene of the Archon War. Come and inaugurate my birth as a god. Churn!
Transfiguration! Do your master's bidding! Blaze over! We're way behind schedule.
Evil human!
We're way behind schedule. My will embodied.
Stabilize! Time to go. Wind strike.
Access denied.
Kneel!
Did I miscalculate?
Solidify!
Take your true form.
Stabilize!
Burn to oblivion!
Transfiguration.
Reality is pain! This is supposed to be a battle between gods, yet you choose to hide behind a mortal. And now, you're acting like you'd sacrifice yourself for a human. Are you having fun proving a false sense of heroism to yourself, Boer?
The data collection is almost complete. Do you even know how many times you've tried to take my gnosis from me? We just concluded the 168th loop. Did you know that in the effort to create you, The people of Sumeru were forced to live through the exact same number of Sabzerus festivals and Samsara cycles.
The power of dreams. When did you use it on me? You can't even defeat me in a dream. What do you hope to achieve with this little trick?
Come, traveler. Just like before. Allow me to awaken the memories in your dreams.
All that battle experience!
It's more than that. Compile everyone's wisdom in the name of the Archon. That is the original function of the Akasha. I've sent everything that happened just now to the people of Sumeru in the form of knowledge. I've asked them to help you find a way to defeat the false god. Now, all of Sumeru's wisdom is at your disposal.
Meaningless tricks won't save you. Are you done with your tricks? Can I finally take this as a real battle between gods?
I'll leave this to you, the first sage of Thor.
1,000 eons, mine to dominate!
Take your true form!
Oblivion!
By ordinance divine!
Fallen leaves, adorn my...
No touching! All hail!
Kneel!
I will have order.
You filth!
The Temple of Wisdom!
Stabilize.
My will and body!
Reality is pain!
Gather.
Transfiguration!
Burn to oblivion!
Solidify.
Good riddance, cruel world.
Gather.
Take your true form!
Your new god,
awakens!
I am sorry.
Now, your eyes have been opened. Stabilize!
Transfiguration!
Filth!
Born of ice and frost.
Kneel! Humans. Filthy humans. Wait! Please! Anything but the Gnosis! That's mine! Don't even try! I'll never go back!
We haven't yet found the answer to the most important mystery. Irminsul is still waiting to be saved. With the power of another Gnosis, we may now finally understand the last memory of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata.
This is...
That's right. This is the last memory of my predecessor.
This sure seems very...
Yes, that is our destination. But Forbidden knowledge? Your inference, forbidden knowledge, once polluted the desert thousands of years ago, but was successfully repelled thanks then. A second instance of forbidden knowledge pollution occurred, but I'm afraid it is much more serious.
So, if we're in the remaining consciousness of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, and it's also been affected by forbidden knowledge pollution, then does that mean...
Yes. It's very possible that she didn't completely eradicate forbidden knowledge, but if it weren't for her actions, the way that everyone, including me, has forgotten... I'm just sharing her pain. The pollution of her consciousness here is severe. Did she fight to resist the forbidden knowledge pollution in such terrible conditions? She even used her last remnant of lucid consciousness to leave a clue for us to follow. Yes, her words were distorted, but now we can cross the polluted consciousness until... And then we'll let Greater Lord Rukkhadevata tell us the truth in person. Each of us need to be mindful, even with the Gnosis' protection. We must always keep a clear mind. Otherwise, we could go mad at any... Don't worry, it should be easy enough for you to keep that mind of yours clear, Paimon.
Next on the agenda...
consciousness, which symbolizes reason here. Its course is the...
Wow! What are these? The monsters seem to have been affected by them.
Access denied. Next up. Transfiguration.
One with nature. As one with wind and cloud. This is order. Solidify.
Born of ice and frost.
Look! A four-leaf sigil has appeared in the sky!
I will have order. Gather.
Take your true form. Do your master's bidding.
The wind knows. Fallen leaves. Adorn my night.
Next on the agenda. We're way behind schedule. For Rex Lapis. My will embodied.
As one with wind and cloud.
To control the boat of consciousness, we need to find the helm first.
Yes, that is our destination. But I didn't Forbidden? Forbidden now then. But I'm afraid so. Yes, she didn't the way that ever... I'm just... Did she fight to resist? She even used her last remnant... Yes, but now we can cross and then... Will each of us, even with... Don't worry.
Are we in the air? And why is there a huge boat?
That's the boat of consciousness, which symbol...
Wow! What are these? The monsters seem to have been affected by them.
Take your true form. By ordinance divine. Blaze over.
Stabilize!
Wind strider, fallen leaves, adorn my night!
Look! A four-leaf sigil has appeared in the sky!
Order guide you.
The wind knows me. I follow the wind.
Transfiguration!
Clouds high, the birds come!
For Rex Lapis!
Wind strider,
Take your true form!
as one with wind and cloud!
To control the boat of consciousness, we need to find the helm first. We changed direction. Are we still going the right way,
Mm-hmm. Judging from the current route, the boat of consciousness will soon take us out of here. We'll be arriving at our destination soon. How are you feeling? Are your minds still...
Huh? But everything's been...
Hopefully there won't be any more interruptions.
Are you saying you've never met...
No, it seems that otherwise. I think she would have given me a little more guidance.
Hey, you've done a great job. So, is this the place you were talking about? The base of Irminsul?
Well, this is the place.
We're here to find Greater Lord Ruka Devata, but the one standing over there
Is that... me? Are you... Greater Lord Ruka
Yes, that's me. Are you surprised by my appearance? Irminsul and the surrounding lands have been reproduced here as they were years ago. We are manifestations of the same nature, hence why we would appear exactly the same.
We're of the same nature. Why?
Because you are me, and I am you. You are me in the new samsara.
The new Sims...
As Greater Lord Rukadevata, I'm the avatar of Irminsul, and you are the purest branch snapped from Irminsul. Imagine it this way. Even if a tree dies, its branches will eventually take root and grow. I'm merely the remaining consciousness of Greater Lord Rukadevata. The real me... Judging from your appearance, I've probably been dead but you're finally here. My new self in the samsara.
If this is true, Then am I going to be a great Archon like...
Though we share the same nature, our fates are bound to be different. All things have their own fate. When a branch grows into a mature tree,
That's why fate is the ultimate knowledge.
That's a great insight. Yes, it's also precisely why you won't become like me. But perhaps you may become an even greater Archon than I. I already see a determination in you that I didn't possess in my time. And along with the blessings from your past, don't worry. The growth of wisdom is like that of a plant. You own...
Come to think of it, the sages never had the faintest inkling of the meaning.
Thank you. Nothing makes me happier than discovering that the Archon I always admired was in fact myself, and it's so nice to speak with you, Greater Lord.
The feeling is mutual. From the moment I snapped the branch off Irminsul and created you, I've also looked forward...
Could you tell me why you wanted to create me?
Ah, I see. Everything that day, even the sky itself, changed into a color like this. At that time, the seven were all summoned to the nation of Conria. Except for me. I had to protect Irminsul. The disaster occurred together with the pollution of forbidden knowledge. At that the pain started to torment my mind. But had I not repelled the pollution of forbidden knowledge with King Deshret thousands of years ago?
So what exactly...
It's a kind of knowledge that doesn't belong to this world. It came from the very bottom of the abyss. The world is constantly rejecting it. If we allow forbidden knowledge to pollute Irminsul...
So, there's knowledge that even the god of wisdom...
At that time, I knew I couldn't repel the forbidden knowledge with my strength alone, which is why I created a device that compiled human wisdom and named...
It's truly the world's most amazing...
Thank you. For a long time, I thought dreams were... Though it was selfish to do so, I borrowed people's dreams using...
Well, did it work?
Thanks to the wisdom of the people of Sumeru. Almost, but... things didn't go as... And then... I remembered that my conscience from the very beginning...
Oh no.
I've experienced that pain in your consciousness.
Yes, but my feelings weren't important. The important thing was that... even if I died, my existence and everything... And... there's no way for me to eliminate myself. It would be a so... I took the purest branch of Irminsul as my incarnation, all in hopes that you would come here and remove me and my pollution from Irminsul.
Wait!
So you realize what that implies? Irminsul has all the knowledge and memories of this world. Removing me from Irminsul means I essentially will never have existed in this world, but... this is the only way to save Irminsul.
People love you so much, and they've missed you so much over the past 500 years. I am exactly the same. So how can we just... Is there really no other way?
You're the god of wisdom, Booer. You should...
But this...
No need to feel so sad, Booer. As someone who delights in wisdom, these are the words in their entirety. Let the world We all nestle under the great tree of wisdom, peering out to perceive the world. From the earth and from the rain, we perceive its wonders, until we become a white bird to perch atop a branch, and finally snap off the most important leaf. Once upon a time, I alone dreamed in this world. In my dreams, everybody would also dream after they fell asleep. Wild and wonderful thoughts would emerge from their minds. Some tumbled to the ground, and others floated to the sky, connecting all things in the world into one dazzling net. Among a plethora of worlds were numerous smaller worlds, all of fate, finding within the tapestry their brilliant glow. I gradually understood that these indescribable and constantly changing things are the most profound things in the world. Only they can completely repel the madness. Only dreams can awaken consciousness from the deepest darkness. I'm the one who posed this question, yet also the one who sought a solution. Saving the world with the dreams of the people used to be my answer. And now, you've also found your own answer, and I shall return all the dreams to the people. Goodbye, people of Sumeru. May you be blessed tonight with the sweetest of dreams.
I'm alright. We've just saved the world, right? So I don't know where this feeling inside of me is coming from. Just now, we used the power of two gnosis to successfully connect with the Ermin. Then we removed the remaining pollution from Merman's soul.
Yeah, what's wrong? Weren't you there just now?
Huh? That sound. Traveler! Paimon!
I've been waiting here far too long. But finally I have the chance to be alone with you. All the precious time I wasted has finally paid off.
The doctor! What if you—
Just a type of sound wave that can quickly put defenseless people into a dream. As I expected. It doesn't have any effect on me. This is the only thing of interest I found among the sage's research. I thought I'd take it for a little spin. Don't worry. I know you would never forgive me if I actually killed. I'm here to negotiate with you. Naturally, I won't do anything.
Negotiate with me? I heard you had—
I left Sumeru, but I also stayed in Sumeru. Even the God of Wisdom is restricted by the habits of cognition. How disappointing.
You mean there are many different versions of you in—
An astute... Even the same individual will have different cognitions. A long time ago, I made a major decision in hopes of preserving all my perspectives of how I observe. Observation is the first step of any experiment. But observing the current world, so I saved segments of all my ages and made them into independent. That's all there is to it. Indulge me. How does the God of Wisdom find?
It's an insult to the very concept. Life inherently has many rules and restrictions. Each—
Indeed, it's difficult for humans to make peace with themselves.
Since you were in the academia, why wait until now to show up? You could very—
Simple. Let me ask you this. Would any staff member ever help the subject in the middle of an experiment? It was my experiment. So why should I interfere with the result?
The academia saw the plan to create a god as their ultimate goal. Yet you only saw it as an ordinary— You really are crazy. If the experiment succeeded, you would have had a new god on your hands. How would you have faced your own god? Would you still take the same stance? would you still hold the same view of yourself?
I'm first and foremost a scholar. These results should be left to the judgment of the hypothetical me confronted with that outcome. But you're right. And that's
As an individual, you don't have any sense of belonging. You seem to have even fewer convictions than a typical—
Oh no, I certainly have my own convictions. All right, that's enough conversation for today. The experiment is over. For example, Lesser Lord Kusanali, you're an intelligent Archon. I'm sure you understand the disparity in our combat abilities.
Didn't you say you were here to negotiate with me? Somehow.
After all, I'm also a scholar. Naturally, I hope to show proper respect and dignity.
Your hypocrisy is built on absolute confidence. I understand your scheme, but what if I were to destroy the Gnosis now and awaken the heavenly principles?
Awaken. Do you think that's really—
The heavenly principles have been silent for many years, but the Gnosis are symbols. Will the destruction of a Gnosis attract the attention of the heavenly principles? Do you dare to gamble such a possibility with me?
Gamble? How surprising. I thought you would show evidence or use rigorous reasoning to prove your point. The word gamble is the last thing, but this is a clever move. You must have seen through me when I first captured your consciousness. As a scholar, I respect all possibility. Indeed, I can't ignore this possibility.
This foreign Gnosis will only lead to disaster if it stays in Sumeru. But this electro-Gnosis is the prize I obtained after defeating one of your fellow Harbingers. Now, as the one who initiated this cascade of events, shouldn't you pay the corresponding
Price? Interesting. What price would you have?
How about erasing all your other segments?
So this is how you wish to restrict me, the most threatening opponent of the Nation of Wisdom. What you request of me is like plucking out the eyes I have placed in the dimension of top. Segments are extraordinarily difficult to make. They require extremely rare resources and enormous amounts of time and effort. Yes, how very interesting. Among all the versions of me, this segment you see now is the most selfish. If it weren't, what did you see when you were imprisoned? You were observing me. And that's how you know I've lost—
Like you said, it's difficult being as smart as you.
I see. If you think all those versions of me are worth a gnosis, then
You sure didn't hesitate much. Is the relationship between all the versions of you really—
I don't think there's any need to dwell on that. The surplus versions of me can be exchanged for a gnosis. Do you think anyone can offer themselves at a higher— Besides, with my abilities, it's only a matter of time but what I'd like to know is, how can you be sure that I've real—
I can see your remaining honesty.
What a ridiculous decision! You can't be serious!
How could I have been so short-sighted?
You think this is the end? Wait, I'll have my revenge.
You'll make this moment count.
You will regret this.
Well, have you confirmed that it's complete?
Here, take it. The future of Sumeru City will be in my hands alone. I will shut down the Akasha and let curiosity and the thirst for knowledge drive the realm of Akasha. There won't be any further gaps for you to exploit.
It truly pains me that my academic achievements have never been appreciated in my homeland. Of course, I have no interest in being rejected by this city for a third another chess piece. And where is—
Don't be greedy, Harbinger of Snesh.
No, this is a different transaction. If you intend to turn off the Akasha anyway, then there's no further use. Besides, isn't it the Archon's duty— Oh, judging from your expression, you don't seem to find the idea very agreeable. Then let's think of it this way.
People exchanging knowledge with the God of Wisdom is the stuff of legends. Yet here you wish to exchange knowledge for the God of Wisdom's property. Arrogant as that is, it has piqued my interest.
Let me ask you, have you in all your mighty knowledge ever heard the rumor that the skies of Tevat are fake?
Huh?
That's the secret hidden by Irminsul concerning the truth of this. Once I finish telling you about this, it will be time for me to say goodbye. With negotiations, we've all gotten what we wanted. I'm very...
Your arrogance may know no bounds, and convictions may mean nothing to you. But I'll still listen to what you have to say.
Are you awake? Kale says it's time for breakfast. Come on, get up! Good morning! How are you feeling today? Good to hear. It looks like we've recovered pretty well. Not even Tainari could stop it. Traveler. Like you're awake. Yep, yep. I prepared some breakfast today. Please. It's nice to have. Well, now that I've recovered from Elazar, I'm feeling better than. And Paimon bets they're all delicious. Oh, by the way, someone brought a letter for you after you went to sleep last night. Nope. Paimon wanted to read the letter with you after you woke up. Oh, it's We're going to hold a feast at the Grand Bazaar and celebrate Cyano's reinstate as heroes of Sumeru. Please be sure to attend. Oh, I've also heard that you've become heroes here as well. Sometimes I'm really envious of strong and Oh, anyway, let's go to the Grand Bazaar. Oh, before you leave, be sure.
Good morning. How do you feel?
We feel much better. How about...
I'm recovering well. Thanks for...
But from the looks of it, you seem to be all...
It's fine. I'm not that big. The Elazar patients have recovered, as well as a patient...
It seems once Irminsul started getting better, everything...
Yes, but there are still some... The withering is one example. Though it won't spread anymore, the existing zones won't just disappear.
By the way, we have some good news...
This news is hardly new. He had already mentioned...
Huh? You mean he was already here? What?
He visited once, but he was afraid of disturbing you while you were resting.
Then you probably already know all about the
celebration feast.
Huh? But didn't Nilu say in her...
Perhaps, or...
Come to think of it, Cyno doesn't seem like the type who'd enjoy a celebration feast. You and Kale are both Cyno's close friends.
Kale has taken over some of my tasks these days. You see, some VIPs have come to the forest recently.
Huh?
Well, technically speaking, they are former VIPs. The sages involved in recent incidents have begun their training in the NVIDIA forest, and the people they had...
Huh?
Yes, he's a little weak, but he isn't injured. Lesser Lord Kusanali, in her boundless mercy, has decided to spare Azar and the other wrongdoers. Supposedly, they were ashamed of their shallow ideologies and have decided to dedicate. When they learned that Lesser Lord Kusanali had defeated the Balladeer and saved Irminsul, they were shocked at first, but also became happy, feeling that the sacred light guiding them. As a result, work has increased for the
That sounds really
There's nothing we can do, but that's another topic. Back.
Ah, right! We're here to request.
You've recovered well.
Yay!
Well, there won't be any problems if the feast starts at that time.
Mr. Zubair, I finished tallying things up here. Well,
Is a simple reply really that much to ask of our guest?
Oh, it'll be fine.
I was...
Hey, Nilu!
Traveler, Paimon,
We got your letters, so here we are!
you're the best. The other guests haven't...
Huh? Are we leaving?
Yeah, I had someone deliver letters to all of our guests.
Look, I get it. Sumeru is an extremely important... Nilu is Sumeru's #1 celebrity.
If you consider enjoying Nilu's dance as having good taste, because Paimon thinks everybody will...
That's right. Nilu is an absolute favorite among those of us who frequent the Master Zubair. Let's have a vote for the most
Nonsense. It is not for us students. But indeed, we could try giving gifts to people with particularly good taste.
Ooh, good idea.
I don't want you giving...
There's always a lot going on.
Yeah. Traveler and Paimon, could you help if for some reason they didn't receive the letters?
Yeah, we can also check out how...
When I wrote the asked for Sino, I'm not too sure about Ramon's whereabouts. As for Dunyarzad, I just hope she's feeling better. I sent her a letter.
Okay, got it. Let's go, Traveler. We haven't seen Alhaitham anywhere. Let's ask that Hey there, have you seen Alhaitham?
Yes, it seems Scribe Alhaitham has got, but you're already the second group of people I've...
Oh? Who else was looking?
Mr. Cave was just here asking about him. You wouldn't believe how terrible their relation... Don't tell me everyone's here looking for gossip about the sages.
No way, we're strict...
I see. Sorry,
Alhaitham should be around here somewhere, right? Oh, too! He's over there! But it looks...
Just put down that worthless book and tell me what happened in the academia.
This is not just some worthless book. Do you...
It doesn't matter. It's probably just another thing that you used your authority to get your hands on anyway. Just put it aside. Listen, I came back today only to hear that the sages have...
Oh, you sound surprised. I thought you...
Would I be here asking you if I knew? You're the scribe, not...
Well, I almost became a sage.
Huh?
Oh, don't sound too surprised now. You're the renowned Kaveh, light of the Ksharawar.
Why do I feel...
What makes you say that?
Maybe it's because you've never said anything good about...
Yeah, well, I share a similar sentiment. And anyone who knows you as well as I do would surely do the same.
You... See? This is why I hate discussing...
It seems that you're...
What would...
Well, then you might as well move out of my house.
Are you threatening me? And don't change the subject! You, a sage? What a joke. The academia might as well just close tomorrow.
Are they having a fight?
Forget what's going on with the academia. Haven't you been busy with...
Don't get me started!
So, what great building did our master...
Like I need to tell you. Keep your nose out of my business.
No, I think we deserve to know.
I was in the desert for a large project, but considering her... which is truly unfortunate... Hold on, wait a second.
Well, while you were out fiddling around in the desert, many...
And you...
Look, all you really need to know is that Azar and all his accomplices...
What nonsense...
It's no skin off my nose if you don't believe me. It's not like my Darshan was the one trying to apply for funding from the Grand Sage.
You know what? I'll ask around. I'm sure someone knows what's going on here. You're dead if I find out you're lying.
This is order.
Hey, Alhaith.
Oh, it's you.
We're running some errands for Nilu.
Letter?
Nilu said she sent out a letter inviting everyone to a celebration feast in 2 days.
If she addressed the letter to all Hatham of the Academia, I've been busy these days, so I haven't had time to check for any new mail at my office.
Have you always been so busy?
Of course not. I'm only busy these days because several sages have been dismissed recently, and the...
Tainari told us they all went to train in the NVIDIA forest.
That is already the best possible ending for the likes of them. 4 of the 6 great sages were possessed by their desire for power and attempted to create a new god. In order to pull it off, they even imprisoned the other 2 rational sages.
Yeah, you're right. Feels kind of strange.
Yes, at least. It's said that when the Academia was first founded, the Dendro Archon herself established the 6 great schools, each representing one of the 6 different types of wisdom. Numerous Darshans have sprung up and faded. Only the 6 Darshans attaching themselves now. The 6 Darshans are nearly synonymous with the 6... Among the 6 great sages, there is one central leader. Unfortunately, only the sages from Vahumana and Amorta remain now. They were imprisoned for opposing us.
So who's managing things in the other 4 schools?
Yes. Normally, new...
Oh, didn't you just say something about becoming a sage? If they pick you, then we'd have a huge connection.
Yes, about that. The person in charge of personnel affairs nominated me to be the Grand Sage in place of Azar and help Lesser Lord Kusanali manage the Academia.
Huh? But why? Can't you be a little more...
I'm not even interested in being one of the 6 great sages. Like I said before.
Oh, all right.
That's not my job either. I'm only responsible for handling important affairs within the Academia. And the first thing I'll do is reject Kashak.
By the way, who was that other...
Do we look like friends?
Paimon doesn't know. That's why...
His name is Kaveh. My roommate. You could say, which is exactly why he always had...
So everything that's happened recently must be a huge change for the people...
Such is the work of the Academia School.
Well, anyway, no matter how busy you are, since you are...
Alright, I'll see...
This is Port Ormos. Now where could...
Is that Paimon I hear?
Huh?
Oh, it's been a while.
Dunyarzad! It's been so long since we've seen you!
I'm doing well. I can go as... I don't know if you've heard, but Elazar has completely disappeared, and all the patients have recovered.
You kidding? Knowing them and the connections they've got, I'm sure they've heard about it.
Yeah!
That's right. My lady is feeling better now.
Why do you still call me that, Dia? You've already informed my father of your...
I guess I'm just used to calling you...
Resignation?
Yeah, I might start losing my edge if I keep being a bodyguard for the Homayanis.
You know that my parents and I are fond of you, and that we appreciate you very much.
I'm not a woman that's easily persuaded. When I took this job, I had already decided that I'd quit as soon as you recovered.
So what are you gonna do now if you're not gonna be...
I want to take a risky job.
Huh? But we live...
I know. If I hadn't joined in that plan with... I guess I still get fired up by that feeling of life is short. And I'm happy that I got to be a part of that. But the whole thing also made me realize that there are still many problems in Sumeria.
Well, I remember a friend.
You mean I'll hate them?
We just came from talking with all...
Did he tell you that he suggested that I come work at the...
What?
I heard that Azar and his cronies fell from power. And I'll hate them told me that now was a good...
Whoa. Paimon can't see you being anything other than a mercenary.
Me neither.
Ugh, forget about it. I wouldn't last 10... I'll hate them probably just like the way I worked and knew I'm good enough.
But you know, if you take him up on the offer, Sino might actually... Because you're super...
The Matra have all the talent they need as long as they have Sino. In fact, I chose this job from the very start because I knew it'd be right up...
Even if being a mercenary means...
A lion has to return to the wild sooner or later.
I don't want to...
I'm glad to hear you. Come on, no need for the sad face. It's not like we'll never meet. Once the whole Dendro Archon thing is settled, everything... But a peaceful society will probably mean less demand for mercenaries like me. Before...
Huh?
Well, no, not yet at least.
So, have you been in Port Ormos this... She heard that you were seen in Port Ormos, so she's...
Huh. It was probably sent to the inn that we're... My lady has been very energetic lately, and keeps taking me on hikes, staying out even into the night.
Right, and we tend to leave quite early in the mornings.
So what it really sounds like is that the...
I bet the letter's at the reception desk.
No wonder there wasn't a reply. You never received the letter.
Sorry to make you two come all the way out.
It must be something important for Nilou to
Yes! She said they were preparing a victory feast in the Grand Bazaar, and will also be celebrating...
Great!
Oh, count me in too. But is there some sort of dress code or...
Since it's being organized by Nilou, I don't think she'll be too picky about that.
All right, then this is how...
The feast will be held in 2 days!
Sure.
Thank you so much.
Oh, but...
The General Mahamatra always comes and goes.
Oh.
But last time we met, he mentioned... As for Raman, your guess is as good as mine. I only remember he said that he had something to... Don't mention it.
All right,
Obey!
Unleash!
It's been a while since we last visited our... Ah, there's Sino!
What brings you here?
We recovered well, and Tanari agreed...
It seems Gandharvaville's medical treatment is still...
And
That's good to hear.
Yeah, you're the one who brought us to him.
You're welcome. Tainari has excellent medical...
But why are you just...
I'm meeting some people.
Oh!
I've already talked with Candace and the village chief. But you know one of the people I'm meeting as well.
Oh, by King Deshret's blessing. my friend suddenly appears in the desert. Don't tell me you've run into trouble.
Roman!
Oh,
Don't worry, these are...
I see.
I'm doing well. Many...
Same here. Really, I feel that...
Oh, tell it.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I've decided to leave the...
What?
It's not that I've given up on being a scholar. I will no longer pursue research like a typical scholar. But I plan to leave the academia and return to teach...
Wow!
Sataria will return to support. She can't teach everyone on her own, but there are many of us Eremites all over Sumeru. She came to discuss a collaboration with me and hoped that
Yes, it's my hope that the Eremites can help me select a group of smart people with the best aptitude for teaching. I'll teach them, and after they've finished learning from me, they can go educate more people. That is the true meaning of education.
The people of King Deshret suffer from sandstorms, exile, and ignorance. Miss Sataria is more than welcome. The stars have always guided caravans.
Oh, please. Where's all of this coming?
You deserve these compliments. Mercenaries are cut.
Sataria's idea will bring much good.
At first, I feared it was destined to fail. Everyone, as you know, all knowledge is under their surveillance and control, and very few desert dwellers. But what I heard at that time has been haunting my heart. As if there were... Sataria, you tread a treacherous path. Sataria, why haven't you gone home? These words sparked something in me. I gathered up the courage to approach the Grand Sage, only to find that he was no longer at the Academia. Lord Sino told...
Azar has received much-needed punishment. Though, if you ask me...
Lord Sino helped me obtain permission to leave the Academia for the desert, and accompanied me. My plan was able to go smooth.
You're all doing so...
Aside from that, I also have some...
Lesser Lord Kusanali has allocated many resources to support and develop the desert. I've done some I applied for a few batches of educational materials from the Academia, and sent them to several groups in the desert, as instructed.
That's exactly what the people here need. Physical books and other related items.
Apart from this, the Academia is also recruiting scholars that are willing to... We must be persistent about...
This is the first time in hundreds of years we've had a glimmer of... Remember these words. Here lies our faithful priest. I hope people with wisdom like that priest will rise...
Enough about us. Are you here to...
No, not at all. Neela wanted to write to everyone, but she wasn't sure where the letters should be sent. A celebration feast will be held in 2 days. At the feast, will also be although... Judging from your appearance, it seems you've already been reinstated.
Celebration? Feast? It's the first I've heard of it.
Tainari was right.
This feast is for you.
It's rare to see that kind of expression from...
No, not really. But
Well, I still have a lot to handle here. Besides,
I'm afraid I won't be able to join you. Although, the messenger, I'm sorry for how I treated you before. But now I understand the beauty you and the art you symbolize are not only beautiful. Please keep dancing. And
okay, we've got all that down. Our job here is complete as well.
Got it.
Today's the big day! Let's go to the Grand Bazaar and see how the celebration's coming along.
manifest!
Everybody's already here. Looks like we're the last ones to arrive.
I'm here.
Ah, there you are.
Well, look who finally decided to show up.
You look like you came here immediately after finishing up some more.
But we're not late, are we? It's just that
I propose that the last one who arrived be put in charge of—
Nah, there won't be any speeches.
Oh, really?
Come join us over here. Let's share some great food and drinks, and chat about all sorts of fun things.
Everything looks quite good.
Wow! Paimon can't wait! Traveler, just look at all the delicious food here! Whoa!
The food was specially prepared for you by everyone in the Grand Bazaar. And we have gifts that everyone that came said that you saved Sumeru, and one in—
Feels kinda nice to be seen as—
Being a bodyguard is also a hero's job. You've—
My lady sure has—
And I'm happy to meet everyone that participated in the great plan.
Don't mention it.
Come to think of it, we've really done something impressive.
We owe it to our abilities. And luck.
Really? Why do I remember everybody thinking that luck—
That's how I remember it too.
It's luck that brought us together, and it was luck that let us form a team. Then, it took even more luck for us to formulate a plan and implement it successfully. Moreover, Judge—
Yeah, everyone gave it their all when it mattered most. It was almost like a performance. Everyone played their part.
So, would you say we're good actors too?
It's such a blessing that Lesser Lord Kusanali was able—
Yes! Even after being abandoned and neglected so many times, she's fine. Lesser Lord Kusanali once used all her power in a great disaster, which resulted in her losing all her wisdom and memories of the past. This should be something everybody should remember. You look surprised.
No, everything you—
Something wrong?
Yeah, what's with that face? You knew all of this already.
Even if those two giants of the academia are here, I still have to say it. Those sages really have some nerve. 500 years ago, Lesser Lord Kusanali used all her power for the people of Sumeru. And what did they do in return? If you bite the hand that feeds you, don't act surprised when it turns into a knuckle sandwich, right?
Perhaps I shouldn't say this, but their treatment of Lesser Lord Kusanali calls for a—
You could simply tell Lesser Lord Kusanali that you wish to have Azar and his accomplices severe—
I respect our deity's decision, and while we're on this topic, why didn't you accept the Academia's invitation to become—
Are you trying to say that I'm fit to be a Sith?
Not at all. But every person handling the selection process—
Why? Because he dethroned Azar from—
Could you try to put it another way? This is a good—
But seriously though, I always wondered if you had some personal motive.
I did have my own motive, but it had nothing to do with being a sage. If the rules of our nation were suddenly cast by the wayside, then it wouldn't be long until chaos ensued. I had no intention of letting their dreams disrupt my life.
By that, you mean your life working as the Academia's scribe.
Precisely.
Wait, so that's the only—
It's reason enough.
You've certainly got quite the person.
You flatter me.
All right then. How about you? You've already resumed work as the General Maham.
That's right.
Will you be happy with that life?
It's not about being happy.
Even so, keep your spirits up and try to be happy.
Thank you.
My lady, the grilled meat—
Yes, I also— What an amazing—
You said it. Oh, look who else is here.
Hello! Oh, I'm so happy Nilu invited—
Hey, less of that polite chit-chat.
The atmosphere here is good. I don't often have a lot to handle these days.
Very well. How is it? Are you enjoying? It's the first time I've ever invited. You see, every guest here is quiet. Make sure you live it up tonight. I'm honored to have her think of me this way. I can't explain.
I seldom participate in such lively gatherings. No. The Grand Bazaar is lively because that happiness is an emotion that'll... Oh well.
Hey, what's wrong? Your head is starting to droop. Hey, you can't just fall asleep here. Paimon will go find something delicious for you to eat. You'll wake up once you've... Of course. Just wait.
It's me. You may blame me for being a bit too self-indulgent. I was thinking that the connection between us is amazing. It's like flora and the fence it grows upon. I heard there's an amazing celebration feast today. Lately, I've been so busy dealing with all the fallout from recent events. Although you've already helped me with a lot, please say thank you to everyone for... Is it... But if I just show up all of a sudden, what if I end up scaring them and... Yes, I have. You said I should go thank everyone as myself, right? So... I've decided to borrow your body for the time being. Please don't blame me. The flora also climbs up to the... Everyone!
Are you awake now? Paimon was just about to bring you the food.
It's me.
Huh? That voice.
Hold up. What's going on?
I didn't expect to have a conversation with the consciousness of Lesser Lord Kusanali in the Grand Bazaar.
No, of course not. Are you... Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Hello, Nilu.
You know who I am?
Yes. I already know every one of you. Nilu, I'll hate them, Sino, Dia, Paimon, and
Lesser Lord Kusanali?
I took the liberty of occupying the traveler's body so that I could thank all of you in person. Thank you so much for rescuing me, even if that meant placing your own safety in peril and taking the risk of becoming enemies with the academia, the sages, the doctor, the balladeer, and even the entirety of... Without you, without any of you, had you not helped me to resolve the crisis, now the people refer to you as the heroes who managed to rescue a god. I'm quite fond of this name. Please, allow me...
Lesser Lord Kusanali, you have done so much for...
Dinyarzad, the suffering you endured during your illness is also proof of you being with me.
You don't need to be so ceremonious. It's always...
This is how the relationship between the Academia and Dendro Archon should be. We just did what was necessary and set...
You're an Archon, but you act so humble. You really...
I'm honored to have been able to take...
Thank you, all of you. Thank you so much. Yeah.
rest well? After Nahida left, you ate a lot of food. You've become a glutton. That just means you... Alright, since you're awake, she should be in the academia.
Obey! Unleash!
Hello, Traveler and what a fantastic night.
So are we. And that...
Is there anything you... After recent events, I've given it some thought, but this is definitely not a bad thing. The Akasha's centralized administration of knowledge has always restrained people, although people may initially feel a little uncomfortable. And as for the former sages have received their punishment. But I hope that the new 6 great sages will be more... The other big issue is the people of King Deshret. I've already taken some measures to address this. You mean, what happened? Not exactly. The top-ranked Fatui Harbingers, up to number 3, possess power comparable to that of God. However, in spite of I'm sure you remember the entity that changed your fate. But in fact, the Heavenly Principles has been quiet since the Conria disaster 500 years ago. I used this point as leverage against the Doctor. I told him that the Heavenly Principles may be awakened if I destroy the Gnosis. I assumed that the Heavenly Principles wouldn't just stand by, and as for the exchange served as both punishment for the Doctor, as well as a boon of new knowledge that I couldn't refuse. He's still in a coma. I've hidden him like how one would hide. I know you have many misgivings about him, but as someone who had become a god, he has retained... Don't worry. In addition, there is still some mystery. His future will be... Is that where you're headed next? As far as I know, that nation...
Does their Archon personally...
No, there's a Chief Justice in Fontaine. Generally speaking, the Hydra Archon, however, even then, Fossilor will still make her as Archon. She's still... Anyway, what? Are you sure? Huh? About your sister. While you were resting at Gandharvaville, I took some time to perform an Irminsul search for information on your sister.
Yeah, isn't Irminsul a repository for...
This is true in your case. However, there must be something different about your sister. Because, as it turns out, the world has...
What?
There is only one possible explanation. She belongs to this world.
But nothing about this makes any sense! Wasn't this your first trip to Teyvat?
According to the records I was able to access, your sibling suddenly appeared in after the Conria disaster. She began but just as her journey was about to reach its conclusion, the Irminsul...
What do you mean, Fuzzy?
All I know for sure is that somebody, for reasons only they can know, is deliberately obfuscating, and whoever it is, if they can do that, who knows?
But even that wouldn't explain...
Something else I noticed was that according to these records, the Fatui have not classified your sibling as one of the Descenders.
What's a Descender?
Look, I'm sure you must be curious about the information I received from the Fatui in return for my Gnosis, right? A very important part of the intel was about this world's Descenders. External beings, ones that don't belong to this world. Traveler, you are Teyvat's 4th Descender.
Huh? So the Fatui count 3 other Descenders before the Traveler? And his sister isn't even one of them?
That's right. My current hypothesis is that the first descender was likely. As for the other descenders, I still need to verify.
Paimon!
And yet, even knowing all this, I'm sure you must still have a lot of unanswered questions. There are many questions in my heart as well. I will need some time soon. I'm very interested in your future. If fate is the ultimate knowledge, then
I'm sure glad we...
The pleasure is all mine. Alright, that's enough talk for today. If you ever miss me, just close your eyes.